Okay, hi everyone. We are back on adobelive.com with a new guest. We are live from New York, from the 19NU conference, which is a conference organized by Behance. And we will start this show with Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Is it your first time at the 19NU conference?
It is. It is.
It's a very special conference about your creative career. There are speakers on stage, but then we took the opportunity to welcome creatives from New York and also the new generation of Adobe Creative residents, and
Yes.
you are one of them. And Syd, I'm sure in the chat you already know Syd. Syd will be joining us. She's stuck in the traffic because New York is crazy, so it's part of the experience, you know. You have to be in a traffic jam when you're in New York.
Yes.
And oh, look at all these great people in the chat. Hey Scott, hey Anthony, hey Valseris Conzero, thanks for being here. Hey Gabe Acosta, thanks for watching. Let us know where you're from. And maybe Chelsea, where are you from? I don't even know.
You're
Where
in
do you live?
Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So maybe we'll switch to my screen now and just introduce what is the Adobe Creative Residency Program. Because it's quite recent. You are the third generation, so it started 2 years ago. We had two to begin, Kelly and Becky. Last year we had 4, and this year we have 6, including 2 from Germany. Julia was with us just before, and here we go. Chelsea. Jessica, she will be live with us tomorrow. Rosa, she will be live with us tomorrow too. Andre, he was just with us. Natalie, who is more on the UX design side, I think. Julia,
Yes.
photographer. Oh, you look great. You look all great.
Thank you.
Okay. So what is your, if you want to introduce yourself maybe, what is your field of expertise?
Yeah, absolutely. So I focus in graphic design and illustration. And my project's going to focus on longboard designs, but beyond just the graphics. So I am going to design the graphics, but I'm going to take it a step further and actually develop the wood decks as well. So it'll be an entire product. And I'm going to do 2 lines, and each line will have a theme, obviously. Hopefully an additional line, as well as just some experimenting with graphic design.
And that's the beauty of the creative residency programs, if you don't know what this is, but Adobe fully supports these creatives for 1 year to achieve a personal project. So that's yours, I guess?
Yes,
Working on-
yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. So this is your Behance page, and our friends in the chat will share the link so they can appreciate your work, follow
Awesome.
you,
Yes.
and give some feedback. So yeah, maybe we can start by discovering your work, you know? Is there
Okay.
anything you want to show us?
So I guess the royalty, the launch would be the best introduction for that. So this was my senior show when I graduated college, and I developed a series of graphics.
So it was in 2015, 2 years ago?
2014.
2014. Okay.
Yes. And so I developed a line of graphics, and they were 2 foot by 3 foot posters, and then I wanted to show how you can apply those graphics to a product. So I did skateboards and t-shirts.
Do you skate? Like, can you?
I longboard. I started out snowboarding and then transitioned
okay.
to longboarding.
Because yeah, I'm very bad with geography, so I guess maybe you grew up near mountains or.
A very small hill,
Yeah,
but I made
that's
it work, yes.
You put some snow
Yeah.
on the bag. Okay, so these are because at this stage it looks like massive posters, I'd say, with a lot of geometrical shapes, working with the textures and the lights, and then you apply it on the board. Wow, look at that! So, what is your inspiration for this? Do you like futuristic stuff or?
Well, so there's a contrast to it. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's the geometric patterns that are all in black and white. So those are actually photographs that I had taken of like buildings and brick walls and very structured materials.
So this is a real picture
Yes, but so I took
with the symmetry, yeah.
yes. So I took a triangle
Nice.
and made patterns out of them, and then
Looks great.
I overlaid sunsets and water textures to kind of show a contrast between structure and paradise. And I came up with those.
Okay, some mock-ups, t-shirts. Oh, so it was your exhibition for the graduation or the bachelor? Yeah, so people
Yeah,
could,
for graduation,
Yeah,
yep.
so they could go. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the process to print on a board, a wooden board? I have no idea.
So I found out that a lot of people actually have been experimenting or work with silk screening their boards, but so these boards specifically, I ended up getting large vinyl stickers printed.
Oh, vinyl.
And then applying them.
And then you
Yep.
remove the bubbles.
Yes.
Oh, nice. So, and what is so for the creative residency program, the project you would be working on? Do you want to release like a real brand, or
Yeah, I think
or it would still be like an artistic project? So,
it's kind of a mixture of both.
Okay.
So this was kind of the initial launch. So I'm going to continue the royalty brand.
okay.
But the longboards are, and the graphics are supposed to be mindful and artistic, and the boards are going to be quality boards. So maybe not necessarily mass produced, but something that I know I handcrafted and is quality for someone to use.
So limited editions, probably. That's cool. Hey, Boris from Serbia. Okay, and who we have? Chat. I see Juan Pablo. Might be from Colombia. That's what I remember. Yeah. Let's go all over the world. Don't hesitate to ask questions to Chelsea. Do you want to showcase another project? You've been working on web design too? Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah,
but
a little bit. But your main focus is more illustration, graphic design?
Yeah, graphic design and illustration. Within the past year, I've really branched out. I guess the website one.
Yeah.
So these are illustrations that I worked on within the past year to develop my own personal site. So I kind of went away from the graphic design for a little bit because I missed drawing so much, and I wanted to get into digital illustration and kind of apply it that way. So I worked on these for a little bit.
Street culture. And do you tag also, like for real? Like on walls?
I don't. I want to.
In New York, in the subway?
No.
No?
Stickers, though, that's a great way to.
Stickers.
Yes.
It's faster.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
you have less risk with the police, and it's smart. So this, for instance, what was your creative process to do this? Like, do you start by sketching on paper?
Yes.
And then you scan and, yeah.
So the process with digital illustration for me is always to start analog, because I love the feel of pencil and paper. And so I start that way, and then I scan it, or I take a photo of it, and I throw it into Photoshop Sketch or Illustrator Draw.
Okay, on the iPad?
Well, Samsung tablet.
Yeah, on the
So,
tablet?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's
And
an
so
Android
then
too, yeah, good point.
I illustrate over it,
Okay.
and then bring it to my laptop to kind of refine
had
in
no idea.
Illustrator.
So you are a make it on mobile artist.
Yes, I love mobile
see.
applications, absolutely.
I see. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I had no idea. Because we will do another Make It on Mobile live stream, Adobe Live events
Oh,
this summer, I think, with 3 days with just artists, creating illustrations on tablets.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, you should come. It will be fun. Hey, Sid.
Hi, Sid.
Yeah, I mean, you had the.
I'm having a bad morning. I also left my bag at the hotel.
No.
And you had the New York experience, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
I
what you
did.
needed.
I was in a car for 45 minutes. Just
Oh my god. Okay, we'll just add the microphone seat. Is there anything else you want to show?
Honestly, the rest of the projects, besides the few analog illustrations, I learned a lot with graphic design based on just your traditional advertisements and brochures.
Oh, okay.
But so
So
now
yeah.
I'm experimenting with my own personal style and branching that out.
Okay, awesome. So Sid, we were just checking the work of Chelsea.
okay.
How are you doing? Doing good?
What's today? Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Okay.
This is Thursday, so we are
Okay.
with our friends.
Good.
Live from 1990.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Relia.
And she was in the traffic jam.
I was.
Classic New York
my driver,
experience.
I came from the Ace Hotel, and my driver took us all the way down. I saw the water. I saw the water this morning. I was like, I guess we're just going to have a nice, kind
Yeah, a
of
tour.
Scenic route.
view of all of this. It
Yeah.
was very pretty.
You had a nice tour.
And I got here, so that's what matters. How are
yeah.
you guys?
Yeah, doing good. Yeah, we
Yeah?
are. Yeah. So we are now. It's quiet. It's good because just before there was a kind of crazy coffee break
Oh, nice.
with 1,000 people
Oh.
with bells.
Oh, everybody
Bang,
came
bang.
out of the
So nice.
theater. Yeah, I remember.
really much more quiet. So, yeah, maybe Syd, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Syd. I see a couple people in here that I know already. Hey, Gus. I am an illustrator, animator. I'm a creative streamer on Twitch. I'm a partnered creative streamer, and I was a creative resident with Adobe last year. So I am back here after a year, and it's been time. Yeah.
Do you mind if we show your work?
Go for it.
From behind?
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is you.
So
I can
yeah,
tell.
I have.
Oh yeah, this
Yep.
is you.
It's purple hair. It's
And,
very
oh my God, I have a funny story for you.
of the
about
doves,
this.
of course.
I
What
have
is
a funny
it?
one. This morning we were, the first guest was, his name is Chris Grillo. I can show you his work. Chris Grillo. There we go. He's a motion designer, and he worked on a personal project for 1 year. Because it's an animation, it takes a lot of time. Okay? And the animation is called All the Things.
Okay.
And there is one sequence that you will like.
Okay. Okay. I can imagine where this is going, but let's see.
Okay, I think it's there. So you know multiple
I've actually seen
scenes.
this. Yeah.
Okay, and then it's okay. What's next? Oh, here we go.
Yes. This has actually been shown to me before.
So what's funny
my
is that?
goodness.
So I tell Chris this morning. So I said, oh my God, you know what? We see it on the
Yeah.
stream, and she created this character.
So wait, he's here?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, I'll have to meet him.
Yeah, and he was like, oh my God, you know what? I saw a meme with a trash dog. I said, that's it.
Which, yeah,
I was like,
indeed.
oh, and I felt so sorry because I was working on this for 1 year, and I said, oh my gosh, she would think that.
Well,
So-
it came out in the kind of height
Yeah.
of a lot of the stuff, and
Yeah, but he started like 1 year ago.
Yeah, my
so
partner
that was funny.
really likes his work, and when it first came out, Jacob was like, "You've got to see this! Like, it's so cool." And no, I just thought it was awesome. So
So he was worried. He was like, oh my God.
yeah, so I did design trash doves. If you were familiar with
Yeah, Lenny's
the
asking. You
purple
designed the
head
trash dog?
banging bird on Facebook. Those are mine. So those were first designed back in September. I made them all on my Twitch channel. Facebook licensed them to put on the site in December, and then they went up on the last day of January. And then they took over the internet for a little while.
Yeah, quite popular.
Yeah. So
They're very cute.
it was generally very positive, but I had a lot of negative experiences with it. I'm still dealing with kind of the fallout just of theft and appropriation and a lot of really kind of bad stuff that I definitely wouldn't wish on anybody, but I also met a lot of really cool people from it, so that's great. Yeah, I've got some felt doves on my hat here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
These were made by Becky Margraf. She's Bookie Margoof on Instagram. She did 100 felt faces. She's doing 100 felt pockets right now. She made these for me. She's awesome. You should go follow her.
Awesome.
So yeah, I did the trash doves. They're pretty kind of unique, I think, in the rest of the body of my work.
Yeah.
I
Because I
do
remember
a lot
when you started the
Here,
creative
let's
residency, it
pull
was
this
more
one
the
up.
before and after.
Yeah,
You want
so
to show this one?
I really like plants. I make a lot of gifts, so I've done a lot of plant-related gifts.
I say that's badass. Huge fan of the trash doves in the chat.
Thanks,
Cool,
guys.
man. Oh, we're gonna.
So right now, okay, a month ago, pretty much, almost to the day, I launched a Patreon page.
Okay, maybe you can explain what is Patreon.
Yeah, so I can actually just show it if you'd like
Yeah.
to. You
So
can just
I
go to
do-
patreon.com/Syd Weiler.
Sure.
So Patreon, if you're not familiar, is a platform where creators of all types, not just artists or visual artists, can go and say, hey, like this is what I'm making. If you guys on the internet like my work, if you appreciate my content, you can support me this way. So it's kind of a tiered subscription service. So a lot of artists use it for their sketchbook work, their files. I'm using it for my Photoshop brushes. So about 6 months ago, here, go back to my Behance for a second.
Yeah.
My main page. About 6 months ago, scroll up, the most recent project.
Magic brush back.
About 6 months ago, I started playing with the Photoshop brush engine to kind of do plants quicker because I was spending so much time drawing all these little leaves. I was like, there has to be a faster way. So I made a brush, and then I kept making brushes. So I now kind of make brushes that really speed up my style and my personal workflow. I release a brush every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So people who subscribe to me at that tier get a TPL that they can play with. They can use for whatever. They can use for commercial work. They can use for personal work. They can use just to inspire their own kind of brush work.
Oh, clouds too. Okay.
Yeah. So I had a fantastic first month. Like I really didn't expect that kind of like just success right off the bat. I mean,
awesome.
And
the first time I see that, I think, for brushes.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've seen some people doing things like this for Clip Studio Paint, but nothing for Photoshop. So I'm kind of transitioning into making this almost like my full-time job. Like I stream, so
so this is something very important.
Yeah.
Maybe we should show the page actually.
Stream,
so is it Twitch?
Twitch.tv/Syd Weiler.
Yeah. Because so it's also like a unique opportunity for you to watch Syd at work, like how she
I stream
creates all
pretty much
this
every day,
illustration.
every weekday when
You
I'm
should
not.
follow her. Now
I'm
you're hosting something weird.
Yeah, one of my teammates. I stream pretty much every weekday.
Oh, that's the weekly schedule. Okay.
Yeah, I work on my painting or whatever project it is, and at this point, I'm funneling a lot of the brush work back into the stuff that I'm doing on my channel.
Awesome.
And it's kind of just like my job to go outside and make brushes about the outdoors and about plants, and it's pretty ideal. Do I show my work process on Twitch? Yeah, count zero.
Yeah, that's the point.
My channel is really more of just kind of like a workspace, like almost like a digital studio. But if you have any questions, I demo stuff. I walk you through it if you want. So
and
it's
you create
elements of
illustrations
that.
from A to Z on your channel.
Yeah.
So it's really.
Sometimes
over several days.
I literally just sit down with a white canvas, and I'm like, I don't know what this is gonna look like today, but we'll see. So.
Chelsea, have you ever tried to live stream?
I have not
No?
yet,
Ah,
but
It's a fun thing.
yeah. And maybe you will come one day on Adobe Live. And you will do it like a creative process. Syd did
Absolutely.
too several times.
Yeah.
She's very used to it.
Yeah.
So awesome. Also, remember when you started the creative residency, you had this before and after project.
That was my original project. Yeah. So the
this
ultimate
one?
project ended up being 4 pieces, which are yet unreleased. I was on a schedule to release them in February, March, leading up to the end party of the residency. And then I experienced some things, and it's felt very kind of strange for me to release these pieces, which are about locations where I grew up, historical buildings that have a lot of meaning to the community. I did a lot of research into them. I spent, dozens of hours on each of these animations. It just feels a little bit weird to one day, say, here, look at this piece, read this story, and then the next day, I'm kind of in full-blown like Trash Doves marketing, like, hey, buy my donut bird T-shirt. It's just not quite a content parallel right now, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how that is going to feel and when a good time to release those is going to be.
I mean, it could be maybe on June 21st.
Why?
I don't know, the solstice, when the sun is high, it's before, after.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll consider it.
You can find like a mystical date. I guess.
This is
So this is also a place where
this is the Rialto Theater in Tampa, Florida. So this
I've been
is
to Tampa once.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a city.
Yeah.
This theater was built in the 20s. It was one of many in the city that was built, but this was the only one that was built by a Tampa architect who also did the courthouse, the libraries, a lot of the government buildings.
Oh, I see.
So it's beautiful. It has all sorts of Italian glass all over the front of it. It just kind of glitters when the sun hits it. It's gorgeous. It sat vacant for a long time after it was abandoned. And a couple of years ago, a couple were looking for a space to make their own and build their business in, which was a dance and choreography business. So they found this theater. It was decrepit. It needed like massive amounts of fixing, and they bought it and they fixed it up. And now it is a space for their business. It's a wedding venue. It's a craft fair venue. And they're renovating the upstairs so that they can actually live in it. So that's
Did you
cool.
share it with them?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're awesome.
awesome. So this
Um,
is 1, 2.
Juan Pablo is asking,
Oh, fire.
will my Adobe residency clash with my Patreon page? Can you do both? I'm finished as a resident.
Yeah.
I
It's finished
am.
in May?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over in May.
April was my residency, so I'm no longer a resident currently. So
I don't think it would clash actually.
it wouldn't have clashed. No, I mean I was
It's part of
earning
the
revenue.
creative career, you know?
I was earning revenue from my Twitch channel as well. That's monetized. No, it was never an issue. They don't.
It's like Chelsea, you know, she will work on the skateboard brands, you know, like building a brand over the year.
Yeah.
And maybe if you come up with a innovative business model, because that's what it
Yeah.
is with Patreon. If you want to get brushes today, so there is skybrush.com, you know, this kind of business where we just
Yeah.
buy brushes, or and they
And
there are
like
some websites.
when I was like
Inspiration is new.
talking to the residency team back in September, and I was like, hey guys, like I think I want to make some iOS stickers. That's not really anything that I've ever done before. They're like, yeah, do it, like go for it. They were always on board with that, and they
So-
were incredibly helpful when it got crazy as well. So
It's a good story for
they're
you.
very, very supportive.
Maybe you will start with skateboards, and within a year you will be on something completely different.
True.
Putting stickers on trash
Yeah,
bags,
yeah,
like on the animals,
yeah. You can do yeah.
custom birds in New York. And also, Chelsea, so you were telling me that you had to work for customers and mix, like creating brochures and.
I had
and you learned a lot through
few
this
freelance
process.
jobs. Yeah.
Like, is there an expression when you? There's an expression in French in this kind of work where you say, basically, it's to eat, you know, to get food.
Of course.
And did you have to do the same?
I was
When you
in
started?
yeah. So I was in school. I graduated from college about a year ago. But while I was in college, I was freelancing. I was working pretty much full time on a game project.
Oh,
So
video game?
yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff, and now I'm kind of back a little bit into freelance, taking a few kind of smaller gigs, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what that's like. It's fun. It's a lot of challenges.
And is it something that you kept on your portfolio or you decided to?
Yeah, I've got some of my game stuff. So click on this one.
Oh,
right
okay.
here. So it's called Jenny LeClue. It's not out yet. It was
Oh,
kickstarted in 2015. We released a playable teaser, which is free. You can get it on like desktop, iOS, PlayStation, bunch of places.
I recognize,
I did.
recognize the style.
Yeah, thank you. I did most of the backgrounds
Oh, nice.
and prop work for that game. And I did a lot of concept on the full game, which is coming out, I don't know, maybe this year, I don't know.
Awesome. So
Before
what should be the
Adobe
platform
picked me up.
again? Is it iOS or?
It'll be iOS, desktop, Mac,
Wow.
and PC, as well as PlayStation 4.
Oh wow.
On which it would be on Steam or?
It's on Steam. Yeah, there's
Steam.
a Steam
Cool.
page for it right now. You
Awesome.
can add it to your wish list. And yeah,
It's
it was a
exciting.
great thing to be a part of.
Oh my God. Is it like a click and search? You
It's
know?
a kind of choose your own adventure. It's a little
Okay.
bit of a side scroller, a little bit of a platformer, a little bit of a puzzle game. There's a lot of different elements in it. It's very narrative based. So there's a big overarching story that you have to play through, and it's a mystery. So you have to be a detective.
I appreciate to see the sketches and see how you work.
Yeah.
Always good to share
Yeah.
creative process. Okay, awesome. And also, so what time is it? Because we have friends also from the community. They submit some portfolios to review.
Of course.
So maybe we can start by reviewing 2 portfolios. And if you have some time left, maybe you people in the chat, we can try to, you can share your Behance nickname and we can give some feedback.
Yeah.
You know, let's see what's going on. So I have an amazing Behance portfolio animation that they will play now.
Okay.
Okay,
Enjoy.
go for it. Okay, we're back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
the animation. Okay, so this is Meg. She's from San Francisco, actually. Okay.
Is she in chat right now? Is she watching?
Meg, are you in the chat? Yeah. Let us know.
Question.
What time is it in San Francisco? It's 9:30.
Yeah.
It's 8:30. Yeah.
That's
Please
pretty
wake
early.
up. Wake up, Meg. Take a coffee, and let us know you in the chat. Usually she's in the Adobe Dive chat. Like her face is familiar. So art director and designers, and usually what I ask is that, so Chelsea, if you see this portfolio, is there any project you want to watch? Say, oh, and oh, here she is.
There you
Perfect.
are. Hello.
Hi.
So is there
I
a project that catches your eye? You're like, oh,
I think immediately it would be the floating house.
flooding house.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah.
Flooding house illustration graphic design. Okay. Colorful pens, hero on blue skies of colorful shapes. Great deal. Oh, you can buy the house. I think. No?
What's the description on this project?
Okay. Good question. Stairs. More on my website. Okay, so maybe
Usually
Meg.
there's a little bit of a
Yeah.
explanation over here on the
Right.
right.
Maybe here, Meg, you could add some description to explain what is, if it's a
Background
personal
of the
project,
project,
or
yeah.
architect blueprints. Okay. Now, maybe you can let us know in the chat, actually. But do you like the style?
The illustration's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
I like the plans here.
Uh-huh.
The
And she's
colors
got
are
kind
great.
of that
Yeah.
echoed through the background here as well, which is really nice. Yeah, the colors are gorgeous. That was really what stuck out to me about a
Right.
lot of the project here, especially just in the thumbnails, was the color schemes and the unity between a lot of these kind of vector
Yeah, you see
cityscape
it, yeah,
and,
Vector
and
Tropics,
vehicle.
Vector City.
Yeah,
Let's look at the tropics.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched this. It was
After
great.
Effects. Yeah. 60 frames per second, I can tell. That's good. Oh my god. Oh. I thought it was a dog or a cat. I was like, it's a bird. We're safe. It can fly. A drone. Oh my god. Everything flies. Nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a bit of Miami.
Very Florida.
Yeah, very Florida. Very Tampa.
Yeah, it's great. So it says that she's using SketchUp and After Effects to
Yeah.
animate.
And After
So
Effects,
I believe all of this is 2D, which is very interesting because it does feel very 3D. This feels like something she
I
could
think
have
it's
pulled
2D.
just like, yeah, straight out of Unity.
Yeah,
Or-
so she had to tilt everything.
Yeah. Or just build it that way,
Yeah.
which is really, really cool. Yeah, and like
I guess,
I
yeah.
saw this major shot and I think it's just built in that perspective, which you don't really notice that when it's being animated or when you're
Oh,
moving
look at that.
around in the animation.
With the
So that's
sketches.
really nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the color scheme's beautiful.
And she did a city before, so maybe she was already working on the.
Yeah, might be an expanded. Oh, I love that gift.
Yeah, it's good. What's happening here?
It's a little
Does
fish.
it go warm?
It's a squirrel.
Sorry, I don't have squirrel
It's a
in
very
France.
big
I'm
worm
not
if it was
used
a
to-
worm.
I'm
Like,
not used to this anymore.
it's a worm the size of a bench. People think it's nuts.
Oh, I see.
That's awesome.
Okay, so Meg, were these personal projects?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
no
small.
description.
Oh, it's 3D but retraced in Illustrator.
Okay.
Oh, that's the trick.
Interesting.
I see.
So
So
you
I
built
guess
everything in SketchUp. That makes sense. And then
Yeah.
you did the colors and all.
and maybe
of
with the camera lens, you
Yeah.
can like exaggerate the perspective to have this kind of fish eye
That's
effect.
a very unique
and then trace
workflow.
again.
That's cool.
That's smart.
That's a cool use of those softwares. Yeah, so those were definitely the pieces and the projects
I
that.
wanted to see the pillows. Someone in the chat, show the pillows. Okay. And what's going here? Yeah, nice. Looks like a video game map too.
I do love the map one.
Yeah,
I think that
those
was
are
my
gorgeous.
favorite.
Super fun. So you've got a couple different like styles going on. You've
Yeah.
got this style. You've got the stuff with the city
Yeah.
and the buildings that I think feels really unified and very applicable to a range of illustration products. Obviously, like you're already putting them on products, so not just pattern and product stuff, but I could easily see the cityscape being, you know, part of a game development project, part of a commercial. You've got some stuff in here with UI and branding, which is
Yeah, here, for instance, this is branding.
out of my expertise.
Yeah.
Gorgeous though. I
Yeah.
love that.
Nice way also of just presenting the product.
Okay, she's got a little bit of a up at the top
Yeah, a description here.
a description there.
So it's a coffee,
Really
or you
helpful.
have the visual, and set of my touch. I was in charge of the branding of their new gourmet granola. Okay, like a new product.
Yeah,
And she did the lettering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lettering.
It's good, huh?
Yeah.
it's great.
Lettering.
With the beans.
I think you're clever.
I'm hungry now. See, that's it. Now we are hungry. Oh, look at all the research.
Yeah, explorations.
That's great.
I love seeing that. Yeah, Meg, this is very strong. Very good.
Yeah. So I know we put the thing out for like submitting portfolios.
Yeah.
Was there anything in particular that you wanted feedback about? I want to make sure we address that, like if she was really looking for something specific.
Yeah, Meg, let us know.
Objective eye on anything. Like I said, like the unification of those projects is really strong. I don't know a lot about UI, but I thought that those projects were really beautiful and nicely presented. That's definitely
And there is purple.
a good, yeah.
So you won't complain.
It's definitely a strength, just with your presentation and what it is that you're
It's
showing. Everything's really clean and laid out. Yeah, I would make sure that,
Yeah, I'd love to have these analytics for Adobe Live
yeah,
on my phone.
yeah.
Meg, please. Design the analytics for you. Oh, Meg, look at that.
Yeah, I definitely make sure that every project has a description, especially
Yeah.
talking about whether or not it was a personal project. If so, like your inspirations or, you know, kind of what it is you're going for, those kinds of things. Make sure that's in the description. Just to be easily found, you know, just so people aren't asking those questions immediately off the bat. They can just enjoy the work. Looking for a new job. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Meg is looking for a new job, so she's.
So assuming you're looking for
feedback.
something in UI or, you know, illustration branding,
Yeah.
which is great.
So maybe that would be my advice. Like, you know, when you share a portfolio and you're looking for a new job, make sure that it reflects what you want to do.
Definitely.
You know,
And
because
on that note,
here there are so many, like from UI, illustration, lettering, branding. Maybe you can.
down at the very bottom,
Yeah?
I felt that a lot of them reflected that. I figured that was kind of the thing. But the ink and paper piece, the project here, it felt very. It's great work. Like it's beautiful lettering.
Wow.
But it did feel a little bit out of place just in terms of the rest of the cohesiveness of the portfolio. If this isn't work that you're looking to, you know, find more paying clients for, I would probably remove it from this kind of professional portfolio and just keep it in a personal kind of, you know, or just keep it as blog pieces or tweets or whatever. I think it really stood out as just being different than everything else.
And do you have an Instagram account? Because I saw some designers, you know, like they would use Behance for professional
Yeah,
work.
and then
on
you share a
Instagram,
lot of process
you do
on
something else.
Instagram.
Yeah, you
Right.
share,
I
yeah.
use Twitter more for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just other
Could be
social
a
media.
good trick also. Like,
Really, like those images were really shareable. People would want to share those things, and then that's how, you know, people find your work otherwise.
Yeah.
So, I think just in the overall package of this portfolio, yeah, that one was the one that stood out the most.
I
she
think
says very good point.
the
different.
cohesiveness, I
Yeah.
completely agree. That one stands out, but I've done that with my own portfolio at times because you think it's like a default where you know, like you can showcase that you can do that type of work,
Yeah.
but at the same time, obviously you find out that having something cohesive is a lot better than like knowing you can do just about everything.
Yeah, and unless you're like actively, you know, hoping for work to come in based on that kind
Right.
of work, you know, if you have it there just because it's done, because you know you accomplished it, but you're not really looking to go in that direction, I think that that's a good enough reason not to include it
Right.
in what you're presenting for professional review.
Cool.
If that makes sense. That's just again
Yeah,
my
but-
personal.
No, I think, and also with Behance, you can reorder these projects, you know, really what you want. Maybe you can have like one row of illustration, one row of branding. find a way.
Can you reorder stuff now?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that new?
You are not forced to use the
The chronological?
No. Yeah.
Really?
So-
Heck, I didn't know that.
And you can also create your website from it. So I don't know if you did.
Yeah, of course.
With the Adobe portfolio.
That's what I do.
Maybe that's what you used. I'm saying that, but maybe not. Let's see. Connecting.
Yeah, Meg, was there
Meg,
anything else specifically
website.
you wanted discussion about?
I think she said thanks for the feedback, so I think it's cool.
Hopefully it was useful.
Oh, thanks a lot for those insights. But Meg, yeah, really very strong work, and near San Francisco, which is great. Yeah, she could be on Adobe Live too. I should invite her.
Totally.
Yeah, let's do that.
Totally.
Another designer. So be careful, he's from France.
Okay.
Okay, be prepared. Julien Closier, with very cute icons and
Yeah.
imagery. So I thought you would
Gorgeous.
like it too.
Absolutely.
Okay, again, this is the game. Chelsea, which one do you want to see?
I'm drawn to all of them, to be quite honest. I have an affinity for orange and maroon and the blue, so that contrast is great. But I think that one and those two at the top just really
Okay.
stick out to me.
Illustration, icon, chemist. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so there is a texture in the background.
Like a noise texture?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the illustration is
very
flat.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are beautiful, and there are so many of them.
Oh my God.
I just kept scrolling when I was looking at it earlier. I was like, and then that's like part one of, I think. Yeah, this is volume one of this project.
Volume
So
There are
they
16
did even more of these.
But you would consider this flat design, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean that it is a lot of the shapes, but it's almost there's so much detail and so many shapes that it almost doesn't come off as flat design.
But it has so much
immediately.
volume to
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
exactly.
The gradients here, like the work on the gradients, is,
And the perspective on the liquid inside is really nice to give it depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was echoed in the cocktail.
In the cocktail one?
Yeah, as well. Which I thought these were really cool.
wow.
Yeah, those are great.
So you definitely like to draw. Is Julian in chat right now?
Yeah, I think I saw him. Yeah, he's in the chat. That's
Okay.
For sure.
Hello.
Hey, Julien.
Thanks for submitting. You definitely like to draw liquid.
And this one has texture on top.
Yeah.
Julien, what
Oh,
happened? It's just one with texture.
Oh no.
Check your layers.
The layers. Yeah, there's so many of these.
Oh my God. Maybe what I would add is maybe just to help with the reading experience and to make it more entertaining, maybe add a name for each cocktail. So
Sure,
when you
that's
discover it,
true.
it will add another dimension to appreciate the.
With this project, I was going to suggest more shape variation. Just kind of going down a lot of them, which I mean, there are only so many cocktail shapes, but a lot of them were really similar. And the only differences I felt just as I was going by were the color palettes. So yeah, naming them would make them be, differentiated. You would know exactly what they were instead of, saying, oh, this is a mint drink. This is a blood orange drink. I also noticed that they don't have descriptions for the projects either, so we don't know if this is for client. We don't know what the application of this work is.
Yeah, make sure to share the story, even if it's a personal project.
Yeah,
just
and
say it.
if I were a client kind of looking at this work, I might, depending on how he has it tagged, I might not know, what kind of work this was made for or where that work came from in what space. So descriptions are always helpful, even if it's just in a little kind of default description box on the project.
Yeah, he does a lot of series.
Yeah, you kind of do what I do, where you latch onto an idea, you just make a lot of stuff about that. I do that. I have like 100 log drawings. Yeah, the space work was really beautiful. These were gorgeous. So.
And all in Illustrator, so these are all
yeah,
vectors.
this
Oh.
one,
I love that.
this is where this is where I was looking at your portfolio and I was like, wait. This is where you're exploring. Like this is where you kind of branched out. Everything is very spot illustration. This is where you're starting to kind of starting to get into like vignette kind of stuff, which is great. I think it's very, very different. It gives it a lot of variety. My biggest feedback on all of the work, which is all beautiful, was to just keep inching out of that border, just to keep getting out of that one shape, getting out of that one thing that's in the middle, and explore the whole composition of a piece. Because even if, I don't know if you've done this before, I don't know if you just don't like working, you know, with a whole canvas. I think that exploring in that way would bring more kind of unique takes, and more, you'll discover more things that you can bring back to doing your spot illustration, if that's really what you want to focus on.
Interesting.
Like some of these framings are really, really nice, and it's like, I just want to see
The
the rest of it.
what's going on here on the right. Yeah.
But I really like, I think out of these ones specifically, where they're all like very cleanly framed and outlined, but I think that one that we were just talking about, where they have the cutout shapes branching beyond the circle, I think is
When
very,
you're going
like,
through and you're like, okay, it's another circle, it's great, but it's another circle, and then you hit one of these, it's like, oh my
it's
God.
different, and you like, you
Yeah.
weren't expecting it, and I love that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They have some icon design in there, which I thought was interesting.
The Icons project?
Yeah, I thought that seemed like more of an exploration. Again, there were no descriptions, so I had no idea what these works were for, or if they were for clients, or if they were for, you know, you kind of exploring, putting your work in this kind of context, which if so, that's cool.
The iPad home screen, okay.
It seemed more like finding application for the spot illustration.
Whoa.
Yeah,
We need this icon
yeah,
for the App Store.
yeah.
It's way better.
I do love that.
Okay, he tried very different stuff. But yeah, you're very good with Illustrator. I mean, you master the gradients very well. Oh, very classy, very French. It's nice. Yeah, I guess it's just an exploration.
I think
Right.
so.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we have to look at the last planet.
Ah,
We only have 6 projects. Like, we can get through all of them. These were beautiful. These were a little bit more exploratory, I think, just in terms of using the whole canvas as well. You're starting to get out a little bit, but I was also a
feel
little
the
bit
evolution
confused.
here.
See, because I just learned that you don't have to follow the chronological publication on your portfolio. I don't know if this came before all the other work, or if this is new, and you were just like, I'm going to put it in the second row. But I don't know if you were doing that and you got away from it, or what. But I thought that this work was really beautiful, and this would have a lot of application in just a variety of uses.
yeah. Great work with the colors on this one.
Yeah.
Very strong. Wow.
So yeah, my biggest feedback, was just descriptions.
Yeah, descriptions, please. Tell us who you
Keep
are.
exploring. Keep trying new things. Keep taking what you've already obviously mastered in your prop design, in your icon design. Keep expanding. Keep trying new things with those things that you've learned, and just
Yeah.
keep making stuff.
Yeah, good job, Julien. So apparently he was in the chat and we lost him. So,
Apparently,
you know,
you can watch the
yeah, he will watch
replay.
replay, I guess. Okay, that's good. So we have something like 10 minutes left. So this is a first. Maybe we can try to take some live portfolio review.
Oh boy.
Portfolios on the fly. Who knows? But I will have to check before. Okay, Andrew, if you listen to me. I have to double check. Okay? Don't share everything, if you see what I mean. Okay, so we will give you 2 minutes, friends in the chat. Just put your Behance nickname, you know, the extension, so we can check the portfolio and have live feedback from Chelsea.
There's Julian.
Ah, Julien, you know description, you know? So come on.
So something that I do on Behance in my own portfolio, because this is feedback that I got back, that I wasn't explaining what my projects were. It's very natural, I think, to assume that people are just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's or that, because you've spent so many hours on that thing that it's so second nature to you. I started doing pieces of text within my presentations. usually just at the top, usually just in the beginning of the project. I try to keep it to a paragraph or less just to explain exactly what it is. So when they're going into the project, they know what they're looking at, and then they can look at the work with that context in mind. Behance, like the description box, the default description box is fine, but you do kind of have to go out of your way to find it, which I think this isn't necessarily great mind flow for appreciating the work for what it's for.
Cool. So we have a Pequeño Capitan from Mexico who shared his portfolio. He used the share your portfolio button. So it's a button on adobelive.com. It will create a tweet with the Adobe Live hashtag so I can get it on Twitter. And so he shared this. So it's like very strong illustrations there.
consistent.
Yeah. With
Great
some
color, great
Mexican
color palette.
influences for sure. Okay, which one do you want to see, Chelsea?
I think
This one is the most orange.
I know, right?
Yeah, I see some orange there.
Mexico 2.0.
The 2.0,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, already dancing. I love it. I love when I open a project and there's a big header, with something very
Exactly.
playful. Whoa, look at
That's
that.
gorgeous.
Wow.
That is great.
This is beautiful. Let us know if you're on the chat. I mean, I guess you are because you just shared it on Twitter. But wow, yeah.
It's a lot of detail. So I saw the software. It said that they're using Illustrator
Yeah.
and Draw, so they're actually doing some of this work on an iPad.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, maybe the first sketch on the iPad because
Yeah.
here the vectors are very clean. So, and using some meshes here. So yeah, I suspect that
Yeah,
everything is finalized in Illustrator because everything is super clean.
yeah.
But maybe here, you see this kind of strokes? This could be Draw.
That could be Draw.
Yeah, that could be Draw. So Draw, if you don't know what this is a free mobile application that you're using, Chelsea, right? Yeah. Available on iOS and Android to sketch vectors, and there is also Adobe Sketch to sketch like raster work, directly bitmap that you can send to Photoshop. But with Draw, you can send it to Illustrator and you keep all the vectors, which is I guess he started with Draw and finalized the work.
I would like to see this one.
This one?
So totally different style, like
Vengeance.
immediately. Yeah.
Los Vengeance.
So, is this work being created for print?
That would
Are
be
these
awesome.
posters?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good question. You want one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great,
Oh my
fantastic presentation on all of this. Just with the
Yeah,
echoing
and
of the scale pattern in the background of these snapshots, like that's great. That's really beautiful.
Very polite.
Really, really nice presentation. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
This could be Draw too, This kind of,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
So that wait, okay, I'm at this point kind of confused. Description for Behance is usually on the right in the column, right?
Yeah,
Did
usually.
they move it?
I think they put it at the bottom, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, like
When there's
it's
one
usually,
basic
like, in that
info.
Okay, well,
area.
it's not there
Credits.
anyway.
Yeah.
There is no
okay.
description.
Oh shoot. So Meg might have
so
had.
maybe Meg.
They might have had it
Uh-oh.
over. I thought it was. It's always just been right there.
okay.
Yeah, I think they just moved
Why
it
did they move it?
recently.
Why
So
did
maybe a
they-
best practice would be to put some stuff in the header too, because we
Yeah,
missed it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So at that point,
Best
that's just
practice.
that's something the site did that's not okay. Let's just be real. That's not great. Put something at the top of your project so you immediately know what it is. You don't have to scroll back and then
Right.
go all the way back to the top. And that's beautiful, beautiful work.
And there was another one from Kinda Moon. She also shared it on Twitter. So we discover, review the work. Anything catches your eyes, you want to know more. A lot of different styles,
Yeah, a lot of different stuff.
Traditional graphic design, I would say.
I'm not sure where to start. Maybe just like the pink one with color.
Yeah. Handmade accessories. Okay.
Accessories.
Oh, there is a description at the top.
Yep. Very nice.
Yeah. It's like reading a book. We need to get the intro. Oh, these are the beautiful.
Meg just said she already complained about it. Yeah, I'm not happy about that either.
You
Meg.
complain about it, Meg.
That doesn't make sense at all for this.
Yeah.
Okay. So nice.
And
So
Julian
this
says,
is-
I will add the descriptions in the future. It's really good.
This is
Nice
product
presentation. I
stuff,
like it.
yeah.
Very clean. Yeah.
I love branding work like this. I love how, like just seeing how you can take it across multiple products. I think is really cool.
Just
Applications.
showing off the applications, yeah. Just the wide range that something like that could have and how it could affect a brand.
So if you want to do this, by the way, like people watching, now when you launch Photoshop, if you do File New, there is a new welcome screen where you have a lot of free templates from Adobe Stock to place your logo on all these objects.
Oh, they started doing that?
Yeah, so now in Adobe
awesome.
Stock, there are templates that you can use for placement and everything.
Very cool.
So it's a nice shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Good job.
Yeah, beautiful.
Where are you from, Kinda?
Let's see some of the other.
Syria. Wow, awesome. The bus mobile library. Description at the top.
Yeah. She's got it down.
Okay, so she did logo design and printing.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Very playful.
Yeah. Nice presentation on all this stuff. The last project too. That I love the color blocks. It gets you through the project really nicely. It's simple, but it works. Like
It works.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, here they are.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
All beautiful drawings. Yeah. Good job, Kinda. Yeah, very professional.
Yeah, really nice.
A lot of stuff going on, so yeah. Here it's more looks like yeah.
More illustration.
Always the same feedback we gave. Like it's always hard
Yeah.
to tell between like very strong professional work and very personal
Yeah,
ones.
just like don't ever be afraid to kind of you don't have to delete stuff off of Behance. If it's older, you can archive it and it'll just be saved to your account. I've done that with a lot of my older work where it's still there. You can still, if you want, choose to republish it. If you do an update, whatever. But yeah, I think just make sure that your work is current and is reflective of your current application, your current work, as well as the work that you want to be doing as much as possible.
The creative career you have in mind.
Yeah. Don't keep old projects around just if you're not doing that kind of work anymore, just because, they were part of your past, don't feel like you have to keep including them. Just your portfolio, I think, should just be like a revolving door constantly. You should always just be showcasing your most solid work.
Awesome. It's already time. We have like
we
1
done?
minute left.
We
Yeah.
done?
Thanks, Chelsea. Thanks
Thank you
for
guys.
passing
Yes,
by.
thank you.
Will you do
sorry.
some workshops at 99?
I'm doing a workshop tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, what will you do?
It's about sticker making. So I'm
Oh, okay.
talking about kind of the whole history of design and emotion in digital conversations. So like going through the whole history of emoji,
Wow.
talking about stickers and how, they're kind of a new thing. And then giving kind of a case study about trash doves. So I'll be talking about that a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
For the 99U attendees.
Indeed.
Yeah, because again, we're live from New York from 99U, and we're still live for at least 5 hours. Our next guest was actually on stage this morning. His name is Mike Perry. He has a studio, he's a designer with a very, very unique style, you will see. It reminds me, like a Yellow Submarine or all this graphic style from the 70s with the
Nice.
Beatles.
Okay.
He does this kind of animation. He's based in Brooklyn, very talented. Very talented designer. Should be cool.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks again,
Yes, thank
and
you.
see you soon in 5 minutes on Adobe Live with Mike Perry. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.